Hi everyone and welcome back to another video of Kiwi Investments. So here we are again, another nationwide lockdown. And in this video, we will have a look at how the New Zealand stock market reacted to this news. I will give you access to the spreadsheet that I made here. It has over 100 companies and it shows you how each of them reacted to the news as well as how their financials are tracking. Please do like or comment down below if you appreciate these kind of things, otherwise I just wouldn't know. The link to the spreadsheet will be the first link in the description below, but don't go and click on it yet. Please do watch this entire video before you do, because I will show you what each of these figures represent, how to use the spreadsheet, and tips and tricks on how to find companies with strong financials, which is important when you're investing your hard-earned money. I will only make this spreadsheet available for 2 weeks. The reason for that is because this spreadsheet pulls live data from all over the internet, and the formulas I use for that sometimes gives errors. I constantly have to come back and fix those errors, and I just don't have the time to keep doing that forever. So if you're watching this video after the 5th of September, this spreadsheet will no longer be available. But don't worry, in this video you will see how the stock market reacted to the lockdown news. Alright, for those who have clicked on the link below, it would have taken you to this page right here. To play around with this spreadsheet, come up here to where it says data. When you click on data, go to filter view and then click on create temporary filter view. Now you can play around with the spreadsheet, but first I will explain what you're looking at. So on the first column, you have the company name. The second column is the ticker symbol for that company. And in the third column, the blue column, you had the price it was trading at on the 20th of February in 2020, which was last year. The reason why I picked the 20th is because that's the day before the big stock market crash happened due to the virus. So as you can see, this big drop here happened the day after the 20th of February 2020. So that's why you see the price recorded here. So the companies were trading at these prices the day before the big drop happened. And the column next to it is the lowest prices ever recorded since the 20th of Feb 2020. And next to it, it has the percentage change. So if you have a look at an example, A2 Milk Company was trading $16.58 per share on the 20th of February 2020. And since then, the lowest price it was recording was at $5.42, which is a 67% difference. Let's keep going. The column next to it is the price open on the 17th of August 2021, which is the Tuesday that has just passed. So on the 17th, on a Tuesday morning, we all woke up to a nice, bright, sunny day, not knowing that by the end of the day, on the midnight of that day, we will all go into a nationwide lockdown. So this column here represents opening stock prices because nobody knew that we were going into lockdown that night. And on the column next to it is the price closed on the 18th. So on the 17th afternoon, we got the news that we will all be going into lockdown at midnight on Tuesday night. And on the 18th, the stock market opened again. People started trading. And on this column, it shows you what price each company closed at. And the column next to it shows the difference. So if you have a look at another example, let's stick with A2 Milk Company. On the 17th, on Tuesday, the price for A2 Milk Company opened at $7, and the day after, it closed at $6.82, which is a 2.57% difference. Let's keep going. The column next to it is the current share price. So this will keep changing as the day goes on. It's not changing now because I'm recording this video on the weekend. The stock market is closed on the weekend, but these figures will keep changing. There may be a delay of 20 minutes from the actual share price, but nonetheless, it updates automatically. The green column next to it is how much the price has changed since the lowest ever recorded price. So you can use this column to see which companies have not yet bounced back from the initial lockdown. And I can already see that AMP is trading at 0.91%, closest to the lowest ever price recorded since the 20th of Feb last year. If you keep coming to the right, it shows you where the current share price is compared to the price it was trading at on the 20th of Feb 2020. So again, you can use this column to see which companies have not recovered from this whole pandemic, and also which companies have recovered their stock prices. And the light blue column next to it is how much the current share price has changed compared to the price it opened at on Tuesday. So if you have a look at another example, let's stick with A2 Milk Company. On Tuesday morning, it opened at $7. Wednesday, it closed at $6.82. The current share price is $6.84, which is minus 2.29% difference from the price it opened up on Tuesday morning. Let's keep going. The column next to it is the percentage gap. Now this is calculated from the previous close price and the present date's opening price. So A2 Milk Company opened 0.29% lower than what it closed at the previous day. So since I'm recording this video on a weekend, the opening price on Friday was 0.29% lower than the closing price on Thursday. The column next to it is the percentage change since the closing price on the previous day. So if you stick with the same example, on Friday, A2 Milk Company opened at 0.29% lower than the closing price on Thursday, but it continued to go down 1.44% compared to the price it closed on Thursday. Another example, so if we have a look at ANZ opened 0.17% higher than what it closed on Thursday, the previous day. So these figures will always be changing daily automatically, and these figures will always be changing. So it opened higher, but then throughout the day, it traded downwards. So it opened up higher than what it closed at on the previous day, but then as the day went on, it went lower than what it closed on the previous day. Let's keep coming to the right. So when you Google any company, you can very easily get the 52-week low and the 52-week high, which represents the highest recorded price in the previous 52 weeks. And also, you can have a guess what the 52-week low is the lowest price ever recorded in the previous 52 week. So you can easily get that by Googling your company that you're looking at. But in my spreadsheet, I turned it into a percentage, and you can see the figures in over 100 companies all in one go. So for example, if we stick with ANZ as an example, let me come back to the left again. So here, the current share price of ANZ is trading 66.55% higher than the price recorded for the 52-week low. The current share price is 7% lower than the 52-week high. So you can tell that ANZ is trading around the 52-week high, just only 7% lower. And you can see that for multiple companies very easily in one go, instead of having to Google individual companies one by one. So that's where this spreadsheet is very powerful. And another powerful feature about this spreadsheet that I made is the net income. So it pulls all the companies' net income from their financial statement and put them here. Now, depending on how many people click on this link and use the spreadsheet, it will take a while for that to load. And sometimes it doesn't pull all the figures as well. So that's what I meant. It has a lot of errors that I had to constantly go back and fix. Sometimes it pulls the wrong figure. So I want to see the net income. If you want to know what net income stands for, I did a video on how to read the financial statements, which explain every single figure that you see on a financial statement released from a company. But the one I really like is the net income. So if it pulls something else, it'll show up white instead of gray. And I will keep checking to see if it is pulling the net income. If it's not, then I will fix it. I just need the time for it. So this next part is the net income part. You have the latest net income figure, and then you had the previous year's net income figure, and then so on. So the year before that, and the year before that, and the year before that. So these are all from the annual financial statements. I set it up so that the colors represent something as well. If the color of the cell is red, that means the company had a negative net income. If the cell is showing up blue, that means they had a positive net income. If the cell shows up green, that represents that the company not only made a positive net income, but they also managed to beat the previous net income figure. And these things will constantly be updating as well. Well, it depends on whether or not the company is due to release their financial statements. We'll come back to this and see how we can use the filters up here to find companies with very strong financials. Alright, now I will show you how to play around with this spreadsheet. Okay, so if you don't see this little symbol on the top column and you don't see this area darkened, then all you have to do is go to Data, go Filter View, and go Create Temporary Filter View. Once you do that, you'll be able to change this and play around. So let's see how the lockdown news this week affected the New Zealand stock market. So if you come up here and go from A to Z, which means lowest to highest, ignore these 100% because the formulas for some reason can't pull up the close price for these companies. But if you look over here, these are the companies that was most affected by the news. So Evolve Education Group went down 10% on Wednesday, which is the first trading day since the second lockdown news. And Wellington Drive Technology went down 8%. And if you have a look at another company, let's say Kathmandu, on Tuesday morning, without having any idea that we were going to go into another lockdown, the stock price opened at $1.37. Then in the afternoon, we got the news that New Zealand will go into a lockdown. On Wednesday, the stock market opened again and the Kathmandu closed at $1.29, which is 5.84% different. The current share price is $1.28 So if you go to the right a little bit, it is 6.57% lower than what it opened up on Tuesday morning. Kathmandu's current share price is 48% lower than what it was trading last year on the 20th of Feb, but it has recovered 161% since the lowest ever recorded price since the 20th of Feb. If you come to the lowest point and change that from the lowest to highest, you have Tourism Holding and Kathmandu that went down about 80%. If you come back to this blue column again and change that to lowest to highest again, Tourism Holding went down by 4% on the first day of the second lockdown. Come to the right a little bit more. It is trading 18% lower than what it was trading on the 20th of Feb 2020. And if you come to the right a little bit more, it seems like Tourism Holding is already recovering from the lockdown news, because on the first day, it went down 4.2% compared to the price it opened up on Tuesday morning. But the current share price is only 2.9% lower than the price it opened up on Tuesday morning. It did open lower than what it closed on Thursday, but then it started trading back up. The biggest gain since last year's lockdown, ignore these errors, I do have to fix it. The biggest gain was Pacific Edge. I made a video about that company kind of around the same time that it started coming up. If we come to the right, the change since the 20th of Feb, if we change that to the lowest, these are the companies that have not recovered yet. So A2 Milk Company, Sky TV, and Good Spirits Hospitality are all trading about 50% lower than what it was trading at the start of last year. Change that to the highest to lowest, a lot of errors, ignore that, calm down, and no surprises, is Pacific Edge again. And if you come to the right, you can play around with the 52-week low and 52-week high as well to see which companies are closest to the 52-week low and which companies are closest to the 52-week high. I don't actually care about those, but I put it in there because someone might care about those. Now the net income, as I said, the colors represent something. So if you want to know which companies have consistently improved their net income, you can filter by color. You can click on this icon here and go filter by color, and go green. Do the same for the other columns. Now remember, I'm selecting green in this example, but you can do the same with the color red to find companies that have been at a consistent loss. So have a check to see how well the companies that you have invested in is doing, all in one spreadsheet. You can search for companies by clicking on the icon in the names column. Now these are the companies that have consistently improved their net income. This is what I like to see. So A2 Milk Company, Fisher & Paykel, EBOS, and Mainfreight have consistently earned more money. That shows me that they have good management. But of course, it's not the only thing that you should look at. So if you look at how they reacted to the lockdown news, A2 Milk Company went down by 2%, Fisher & Paykel went up by 6.2%. And it has continued to go up higher because the current share price is 7.96% higher than what it opened up on Tuesday. So in 4 days, it went up by 7.96%. EBOS went up by 3.61%. And Mainfreight went up by 1.24%. Now on this spreadsheet, I have another tab here, which is labeled First Lockdown, and that shows you how the stock market reacted on the first ever lockdown. So the lockdown which happened last year on 2020. Now this is interesting because if we go data, go filter view, and create another temporary filter view, it has the same columns, but the figures are different. So in this light blue column is showing the company's share price that it opened on the 23rd of February 2020. The reason why I picked that date is because on the 23rd of March 2020, at 1:30 p.m., the Prime Minister announced New Zealand has moved to Alert Level 3 effectively immediately. And in the same announcement, she mentioned that in 48 hours, New Zealand will move to Alert Level 4. So that was our first lockdown. Now let's see how New Zealand's stock market reacted to that news. So we have the open price on the 23rd of March 2020 and the price it closed the day after. And the column next to it shows this change. So if we come and change that to lowest to highest, ignore the 100% again because it's not pulling this data properly. You see that the stock market reacted much more aggressively. In the last tab, if I were to get rid of all these filters, I'll fast forward this. Just give me some time to do that. So the lockdown announcement, the second time around, the biggest movement was only 10%. But last year, for our first lockdown, the stock market reacted very aggressively. Hospitality went down by 44%, Geo went down by 33%, and as you can see, there's a lot of companies that went down more than 10%. So you can use the second tab to compare how different Kiwis are reacting to the lockdown news. Now, there's a lot of different reasons for this, I guess. It's because there's a vaccine already available for the virus that is going around. And also, we have been here before, so people are a lot more comfortable not selling their investments and just holding on to them. It will be interesting to see if the stock market would react more aggressively if the lockdown extends for a longer period of time. But I guess we will be able to see that through this spreadsheet. If there is a company that's not on my spreadsheet and you would like me to edit in there, please do comment down below and I will try and edit in there. It depends on whether or not if I can find those data and pull it. Please do like this video if you appreciate things like this, and remember to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you won't miss out on my future videos. For those who are watching this video a little bit later and don't have access to the spreadsheet, what I will do now is I will go down slowly and you can post a video on a company that you would like to see. Thanks everyone for watching. Take care, stay safe, and see you later.